Yeah, Dave. Cam Kojal had a really big game today, coming back to his home or his former school. Just kind of, what did you see out of him? Did you get any notice? Like, did you notice any added motivation for him going back?
Well, not really. I mean, I'm sure there was, but he didn't show it. Um, I was in with the hitters meeting today, and he didn't act any different than he normally does. And at the field, seemed normal. We talked to him about it in the last day or two, just try to keep his emotions intact and, play the game. And he did a great job doing that, I feel like.
And you mentioned Root being as good as he was, but also you brought in Jimenez there in the bases loaded jam. What did you make of the way he got out of that? And I'm guessing he didn't throw, but maybe like three pitches. I guess he's good to go for another one of these games this weekend.
Yeah, he threw first pitch fastball they were taking, it looked like, and then second pitch threw his best pitch. It was a kind of a cutter downer, really nice. It's third pitch. We wanted it to be the same type pitch, but he left it up and they lined out. And then we went in and scored, I think, three more runs. So we just thought, hey, we might need him again tomorrow or Sunday. And uh, I brought in Carter, and Carter threw great. I mean, he was throwing 96, 97 miles an hour, dotting it up pretty good through a hard slider. And only threw 13 pitches, I think, so we could bring him back as well. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Dave, on Zach, what's he done well the last 2 weeks? Ole Miss a shorter start. He's given you a lot of length the last 2 weeks. What's been different?
Well, he has a breaking ball again. He had all his pitches tonight. Last week he had a breaking ball. Ole Miss didn't have breaking ball. Everything was up. Just had a bad outing. It happens every now and then, but just doing what he does, four pitch mix, and was ahead a lot. Even when he got behind, he kind of caught back up and made him swing the bat. Wasn't trying to just strike everybody out, and just let his defense work, and they did a great job for him. But just doing what he does, he pitches.
Thompson was really efficient for Vanderbilt the first couple of innings. I think he got through him in 26 pitches, and then I think his pitch count was like at 72 by the end of the fourth. What do you think your offense did well over those 2 innings?
Well, the first and second inning, he just came at him with fastballs, got ahead, and got him out. And third inning, did we get a leadoff home run on it with two strikes, Oppo, and then it was just hitter after hitter was just fouling off pitches and working the count. And we didn't score again in the third, but we definitely got his pitch count up. And then in the fourth inning, it was just a lot of the same, and got a couple big hits, home run, and uh, yeah, really got his pitch count up after four. Just doing what our offense has pretty much done most of the season is just fight you, and even if you get them out, they they get a little piece of you, so to speak. They wear you down.
With as well as Vanderbilt's been pitching, I mean, 9 runs and 9 hits. I guess that's a big number in any game, but does it feel like a little bit bigger number against a staff like that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It feels like nine to me, and we got some big hits, and we made some nice plays in the field. I mean, the game might have been a little closer than 9-0 actually. So, nah, I'm not going to make anything out of it. We just did a great job.
And then last one for me, I mean, there was a lot of red in the stands tonight. Did it feel like a typical road game to you? I mean, it felt like maybe a lot more than what you usually see travel for these road games.
Yeah, I mean, we probably had about as many fans as they did. It was hard to tell. I don't look up there a whole lot, but I know that we had a lot of red. A lot of them there early too. They watched us take batting practice, and some down the first base line, and then in the outfield, both sides. It was kind of neat to see.
Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, coach. I guess Ryder was the one that kind of broke the seal with the triple. Does his athleticism maybe catch some teams off by surprise?
Oh yeah, I mean, he was flying on that triple. The outfielder got tangled up in with the fence down there a little bit. He was playing him deep and over there. When the ball left the bat, we thought it had a chance to get out of the park, and obviously it ended up hitting the fence. Uh, but he was moving. I mean, he made that triple easy, and then when he also grounded out, the shortstop kind of took his time and looked at the ball, looked down, and then realized he had to throw it harder than he was planning on it. It was bang bang, could have gone either way, and yeah, I think he showed that he can run for a catcher.
And then anything in specific that's led to the increased power for Koval?
I don't know. I think he had power all along. He's pretty powerful. I mean, he hits balls out of the park when he wants to in batting practice, but it's not all we do is swing for the fence and BP. He's got power. I mean, have you ever shook his hand or maybe felt his biceps? They're pretty big.
All right, Matt Burns, close this one out, please.
Yeah, hi Dave. What's the perspective for you as a coach when you're going to a tough place to play and it's the last three guys in your lineup that, scrape the first run across?
Yeah, it was really good. Those guys got it rolling for us a little bit, and I think it frustrated Thompson a little bit. And then second time around, here top of the order, fouling off pitches, and we feel good about our lineup 1 through 9. Some guys are hitting higher for batting average or whatever, but we feel like they're all dangerous, and that's a good feeling.
Yeah, and then Zach had a tremendous start. Ran into a little bit of trouble for the ending. I guess what'd you say to him when you went and got him?
Well, I told him he did a great job. I mean, he almost got out of that inning, and there were a couple of pitches that were borderline that could have gone the other way. That I think maybe I don't know. This is the way I look at it from a coach's standpoint. If there's a guy getting after it and he's into the 8th inning and he's pitched away, he's pitched. If there's a 50-50 ball, he needs to get it, and he deserves it. But not saying I haven't looked at it. Maybe one of them was a ball, but there were a couple that could have been strike 3 or at least another strike. Maybe he got out of it, but there's not much you can say. I mean, the guy pitched great, and he was upset that he had to come out of the game without getting that third out there in the 8th. But pitch count hit 100, long season, and it worked out.
And then I guess last one for me, it doesn't really matter much anymore. Just out of curiosity, what did you want to see on that play with Cam turning 2? I think it was the 6th there, the one that went to review with the slide. Or do you want him to just take the out there? Were you fine with them going to second? Just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen him just get the out at first. We had a 5-0 lead. That would have put a runner at second with 2 outs. But the first instinct is to try to get the lead runner. I think it was their third baseman run. He's faster than I thought he was. And we talked to Cam about that, in that situation. Let's just make sure we get an out. Let Zach do his thing. We got confidence he can get that hitter out. And yeah, I'm glad that the call held up. I think the runner slid, might have had his foot in the air a little bit because it was bang bang, definitely.
Yeah, Cam, I'm curious what it was like being back at Vanderbilt today. Like, was there any added motivation for you, or kind of what was the mindset coming into today?
Not really. Every game's the same. Nameless and faceless opponents, we talk about that a lot. When you can play that way, you can stay pretty composed. And that just goes to performance. So when you play nameless and faceless opponents, things seem to take care of themselves, and you're able to perform and able to play to the best of your abilities. So I would not say so.
Was it weird at all though, being like in the other dugout? I mean, because you played a lot of games there last year. I mean, was there just any type of surreal feeling about being back, or?
Yeah, it was interesting. I compared it to visiting an ex-girlfriend. I guess that's just kind of the way I initially thought about it. But no, we played a lot of inter squad, so I was in that dugout every once in a while. So you kind of have to compare it to that in some ways. So it was cool.
And last thing for me, you obviously 2 home runs. Kind of what were you looking for in those at bats, and what did you get?
I'm just keeping it simple, and going out there and attacking. When you complicate hitting, it tends to go downwards. So just keeping it simple, going out there and attacking, hitting the ball hard and hitting lasers.
And Matt Jones.
Hey, Zach, for you, what's been the difference the last couple of weeks in these 2 outings?
Yeah, it's just putting the past behind and learning from the mistakes you made, and just doing the best of your ability to not make those same mistakes again, and up to this point, I feel like I've done just that. Kept the ball down in the zone, and everything's just been working lately, and just throwing it where I want to throw it.
Vanderbilt's pitcher came out and he was really efficient the first 2 innings. Did it feel like, and obviously you guys were able to get to him by about the third or the fourth, but did it feel like you were going to have a real efficient game there early to maybe match what he was doing?
Not really. I mean, the goal is to go out there and keep my team in it so we can win. So I didn't really care about, I saw him throwing up zeros, and I just had to go out there and do the same. If it's not efficient, then I'll just give what I can to the team, and then the next guy up will come and pick me up.
Hey Cam, there was a picture that they put on you on social media before the game. You had your headphones on, you were kind of propped up against the wall, looked like you might have been writing something in a notebook. Is that normal pregame routine? Was that something special tonight?
Yeah, so I journal every day. It's not necessarily about baseball. It's just about life, God, baseball, school, relationships. So it tends to clear my mind, gets my mind right. Uh, Listen to some Gregorian chants, monks. I'm dead serious. It clears my mind, calms me down. Read a little bit. Like to read and write, so read a little bit of. It's called The Way. A saint from Spain wrote it, so uh, it just kind of quiets the mind. Especially maybe there's some outside things that could be getting to you, but just kind of centering yourself and writing pen to paper can really quiet your mind and get your mind right.
Did you feel like it worked really well tonight?
Yeah, I mean, stayed level headed, and Zach Root pitched a heck of a game, eight innings, and uh, threw up a lot of zeros. So it was a good night to be a Razorback.
And the last one for me, Cam, uh, Thompson, he went through the first 2 innings pretty quickly. What was the key there, the third or the fourth inning, third and the fourth inning, when you guys were able to drive his pitch count up?
Well, I mean, you look at those first 2 innings. What was he getting everyone out with? He was getting them out with the fastball. So it's like, are you crazy? No, we got to make an adjustment. So we started to hit the fastball a little better. And when you hit the fastball well, it usually translates to other pitches because you're in attack mode. So we started to do that. And his hitting was kind of contagious. See Ryder get on, and Souza had that big RBI. That kind of got us going. So it was good to see that.
Was he a pitcher that you'd had a lot of success against or no success against in inter squad?
No, he was always on my team. Even when we
Okay.
played in the Cape, he was on board. I mean, I played with him in inter squads and played against him, but he's a very good competitor. He's very good. He's a very great pitcher. He's even a better kid. Um, JD Thompson's a great person, so uh, it's fun to play tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, Cam, I'm just wondering, like, when a pitcher's going like that, what's it like, as defense playing behind him?
This guy or the other guy? Uh, no, playing defense behind Root's awesome because he's throwing a ton of strikes. He's attacking hitters, so it's easy to stay engaged in the game, and he's not walking anybody. Uh, Balls are being put in play with big contact, so it's fun to field. It's a very fun guy to play defense behind, and I'm glad he pitched well tonight.
And then Zach, I don't know, did Cam have any, special scouting report, given that he had spent time with Vanderbilt and knew the pitching staff?
No.
No, I mean, like you said earlier, nameless and faceless, like I mean, it could have been very easy for him to go out there and make this a big deal and let that get in his head and affect the way he played. But I mean, as you saw tonight, he hit the ball around the yard and made some good plays at first. And, I mean, it's a great guy to have you in the defense behind you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Matt Byrne.
Yeah, Cam, for you, I think it was Logan that, hit that home run a few batters before you. Did you notice that sort of soften up JD, or was there something from I guess that came easier from the first at bat to second at bat that related to Logan's hit at all?
Well, it just kind of reaffirmed the fact that if you get after his fastball, good things are going to happen. When guys throw that high ride fastball, whether they're lefty or righty, and you just make solid contact, you don't need to overswing. If you make solid contact, good things will usually happen, and you'll hit the ball hard. So it was good to see Logan do that. And it was like, holy cow, we can do this. And it just kind of steamrolled, and hitting's contagious.
Yeah, and then Zach, for you, so much of the spotlight is on the Friday guys because they're the ones to go first. Is that kind of pressure something that you tuck away before you get going, or is that something that you embrace the whole time?
I'd say I embrace it. Like everyone wants to be the Friday night guy, and I was fortunate enough to be able to step into that role. But I mean, the main thing's just going out there and setting the tone for the rest of the weekend for the pitchers. And just when they see the Friday night guy go and do that, then they like, all right, now we gotta at least match that or do it for him. So I mean, I have no doubt that the rest of the pitching staff is gonna follow suit the rest of the weekend.
And then, last one for me, just simply so I stand corrected. It seemed like you were charged up about something, walking off the mound. Was that you saying something to the umpire? What kind of was that about?
Yeah, I kind of let the umpire hear it, but looking back, I probably shouldn't have done that because he might be a played another game of mine. But yeah, I didn't think there were many balls thrown in that last AB that I walked the kid, but I mean, not every pitch is supposed to go your way, and that's just baseball.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Hutch, close this one out now.
Yeah, I just got one quick one for Cam. Just kind of what's your comfort level now, this point of the season at playing first base?
It's fun just being an athlete. Learn from the guys around me. You get comfortable with other infielders, and it's a fun thing to play first. You learn your scouting report. You gotta go through a pregame, so you know where you're gonna line up. Knowing what guys can bunt, what guys can do different things. So um, it's coming around. I think that this is the first time in my life I've ever played the position, but shortstops can play anywhere. So um, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Man, yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Thank you.